the thing that's cool about tapping is it allows us to process the negative so that we can then make room for the positive. Because if we just like squash the negative, it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't give us the energy. But it's important that we have a way to process the negative emotions, because otherwise it just feels like you're going through the motions, but not actually feeling it.
But frustration is my main emotion right now.
Overwhelmed.
A lot of anxiety about like my colleagues and like everyone's safety.
Anger along with that, fear, I think goes hand in hand often, you know.
Collective grief, just collective sadness.
A feeling of not being able to do stuff to help other people.
I'm concerned about the people in our country getting through this coronavirus issue.
For of the age that we are, 75, it feels like it's really taking time away.
I'm feeling a little bit guilty about not having patience for this.
This is the first time in like 2 weeks that I've sort of felt afraid for my own health.
Sad and helplessness.
We're not getting the time back.
7 or 8.
Probably like a 7 today.
I'm pretty strong, like an 8.
An 8.
In the 6 range?
Like a 6 or a 7.
I'd say 9. Oh, in my head. It comes with a slight headache, I have to say.
I usually feel it in my chest. I feel like kind of like a heart pounding. Not really racing, usually pounding.
Kind of like a burning hot feeling in my upper abdomen.
And usually my neck.
Even though I'm overwhelmed at all these ideas I have to help my patients during this time.
Even though I'm overwhelmed with all the ideas I have to help my patients this time.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Even though I feel this overwhelm and loss of control at all that's going on.
Even though I feel this overwhelm and loss of control in all that's going on.
I accept and forgive myself exactly as I am in this moment.
I accept and forgive myself exactly as I am in this moment.
There's a lot of sadness right now.
There's a lot of sadness right now.
All this anxiety.
All this anxiety.
All this guilt that I'm feeling.
All this guilt that I'm feeling.
All this concern.
All this concern.
All this anxiety and sadness leaving my body.
All this anxiety and sadness leaving my body.
And so everything has just changed so completely.
Everything has changed so completely.
We have no way to protect ourselves.
We have no way to protect ourselves.
And this is making it so much worse.
And this is making it so much worse.
All right, let's pause, take a deep breath.
Just stillness.
Like the first few rounds, even with the different emotions, I kept having this heart sinking. It was odd, but then it's gone. So I think it worked through something. I don't know.
I was like, my eyes were starting to water a little bit. And like, I could already feel like things moving around.
My frustration is reasonable. It is based on reality, but I know I can't change anybody else, and I can only change my own reaction. And I want to be I want a peaceful house.
A lot of things that you said were just like spot on, like how this human experience has changed.
The repetition of my concerns felt a little liberating in terms of it focusing my thoughts onto a particular thought process.
It's easing. I'm getting more energetic as we tap.
And you know what? It's more of a love right now. I just feel this outpouring of love right in my heart center for all these people.
Probably about a 1 or a 2.
It's like a 2, 1 or 2.
It's like a 3 to 4 kind of thing.
Okay.
2?
Everything feels like a 2 or a 3.
It feels much slower, like a 1 or a 2.
This has long-lasting benefits. This is actually reprogrammed, rewired the way your brain is processing these stressful triggers. So you'll see how you feel, but people feel great for days after, for weeks after, for this specific thing.